You need to watch this if you want to understand one of history's most terrifying leaders. Pol Pot, a name synonymous with terror and genocide, orchestrated one of the most brutal regimes in modern history. His leadership of the Khmer Rouge led to the deaths of nearly a quarter of Cambodia's population. But who was Pol Pot and how did he rise to power? Pol Pot's regime left an indelible mark on Cambodia. The lush landscapes and ancient ruins of this beautiful country hide a dark past, a past that saw the systematic destruction of its people and culture. Here's why. Born Saloth Sar in 1925, Pol Pot's journey led him from a small Cambodian village to becoming the leader of the Khmer Rouge. His early life was unremarkable, growing up in a relatively well-off family. He was sent to study in France, where he was introduced to communist ideology. By 1975, his communist organization seized control of Phnom Penh, turning Cambodia into Democratic Kampuchea. The Khmer Rouge's takeover was swift and brutal, marking the beginning of a dark era. The city of Phnom Penh, once bustling with life, was emptied as its residents were forced into the countryside. Pol Pot's vision? A radical transformation into an agrarian utopia free from modern influences. He believed that by returning to a purely agrarian society free from the corrupting influences of the West, Cambodia could achieve true communism. Intellectuals, urban residents, and anything Western were seen as threats. Pol Pot's regime targeted anyone who was educated or had ties to the previous government. Doctors, teachers, and even those who wore glasses were seen as enemies of the state. His belief: to purify society, everything modern had to be eradicated. The Khmer Rouge sought to eliminate all traces of modernity, including technology, education, and religion. Cities were abandoned, and the population was forced into labor camps. Under his rule, cities emptied as millions were forced into the countryside. Families were torn apart, and people were forced to work in collective farms under harsh conditions. The regime's policies led to widespread famine and suffering. They faced brutal conditions, starvation, and lack of medical care. The Khmer Rouge's policies led to the deaths of countless Cambodians from starvation, disease, and overwork. The regime's disregard for human life was evident in the way they treated their own people. The result? Nearly 2 million deaths. The scale of the genocide is staggering, with mass graves and killing fields scattered across the country. The Khmer Rouge's brutality left a lasting scar on Cambodia. Those considered enemies of the revolution faced even worse fates. The regime's paranoia led to the establishment of prisons like Tuol Sleng, where thousands were tortured and executed. Intellectuals, or anyone suspected of Western ties, including those merely wearing glasses, were executed or tortured in places like the infamous Tuol Sleng prison. The prison, once a school, became a symbol of the regime's cruelty. In 1979, the Vietnamese army ended Pol Pot's regime, but the scars of his genocidal policies remain. The invasion by Vietnam brought an end to the Khmer Rouge's rule, but the damage had already been done. The tragedy of his rule is a somber reminder of the horrors of extremism. Survivors of the regime continue to share their stories, ensuring that the world does not forget the atrocities committed. Pol Pot's legacy is one of death and destruction. His vision for Cambodia led to one of the worst genocides in history. The world must remember the lessons of his regime to prevent such horrors from happening again. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history's most infamous figures. By understanding the past, we can work towards a better future.